Hey everybody, Ben here with Diesel Power Products. We have the brand new EDGE EZX for the 10-speed Powerstroke. So it's going to cover the F250, the 350, the 450, but not the cab and chassis trucks. Sorry, this one's not for you. We've already got it installed. We're going to give you an overview. Let's check underneath the hood. So install is pretty simple on this. Step one, as always with most electronics on there, you're going to want to disconnect the cables on the batteries, negative side, don't worry. We did it on ours. And yes, you have two, so make sure you do both of them. And you're basically going to be teeing into some sensors, 3 specifically underneath the hood. Right here, we've got our mass airflow sensor. As you can see, we've got the T right here. This is the EDGE harness, plugs into the truck side, tees off, plugs into the sensor right there. Next, as you can see, we ran our cord over to the map sensor right up there. Now that factory map sensor has this metal cover on top of it. It's not the hardest thing to get out, but if you have a ratcheting 8mm wrench, I'm not talking about a socket, I'm not talking about a regular wrench, but an actual ratcheting wrench, it's gonna help you big time getting this thing out of there. Make sure you don't drop any of those screws. It's gonna suck getting them out. Next, we've got the fuel rail pressure sensor right over there. This guy is a little hard to get out of there. There is a clip on the passenger side that you gotta fit your finger around, one of those little safety clips. You gotta pull back and then you'll be able to squeeze it and pull it out. And just like the other two sensors, there's a T in there. Ran that cable right up here using the supplied zip ties. And then we ran that access link into the Firewall. Now there is a large rubber grommet there that you can cut to get the wire to go through. Pro tip, you're gonna need a bigger hole than you think. Just saying, have a friend there, it does help out. Now, let's go look inside the cab. So after we fish that through the Firewall right there, we connect that to the truck side or the inside the cab side, and we've got a couple more connections to make after that. Next, we've got the T that goes into the gateway module, which is right by the OBD2 port. You're gonna T into that with the harness. And next we have the throttle pedal. As you can see, it tees in there as well. What you're looking at right now is the end process. So we have tied up the cables up and out of the way a little bit, but you can still see the T's where it goes into the pedal right there. Now get the module tucked up and out of the way, get the zip ties all clipped off, and now it's time to download the app and have some fun. So as far as getting the app downloaded on the phone, it is very simple. You can search EDGE EZX in the App Store. It should pop up, or you can always scan that QR code, and there you go. As far as connecting the phone to the truck, you do need to make sure the truck is in the on position. If you're not sure how to do that with a push button, don't put your foot on the brake, press the button. That should get all the accessories going. Open the app. And here we are. Now we can adjust all our functions. You can see there's quite a bit on here. Let's talk about what they do. We've got the power level right here, pretty self-explanatory. That's how you're going to change between your 5 different tunes, and the throttle sensitivity booster. That does give you the ability to, again, make the throttle more sensitive, even without additional power on the truck, which is pretty cool. Next, we've got tire size. You can adjust up to a 50-inch tire. Make sure your speedometer is reading right. You can also adjust your gear ratio. That's this guy right over here. Next is one of my favorites, it's the TPMS. You can either fully disable that or adjust it to the pressure that you want the light to come on at. Button recall, that will allow you to, let's say you have the tow mode on, the engine brake on, and you turn the truck off. This will allow it to remember, and next time you turn the truck on, it'll be right there just the way you left it. We've also got the fog/high beams feature on there. That allows you to run the fog lights when the high beams are engaged. It's very nice for those really dark areas. So we've got the ECT Protect. What that does is it keeps the truck at stock power, doesn't allow for anything extra until the coolant hits 120 degrees. And it also backs it down if it hits 240. That way you're staying safe. You've also got the ability to do a manual regen. You can read and delete any sort of TCM or ECM codes. And lastly, we've got the high idle feature. Great for those winter months. So overall, installing this, very simple. I'm really excited to go get this thing out for a test drive, and just like most people out there, I'm setting it all the way to 5 and the sensitivity all the way up. Tire pressure monitors off, and we're gonna take us for a thing for a rip and have some fun. Appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, we have sales technicians on the phone 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. They're happy to give you the best tech support in the industry. If you don't have time for a call, hit the chat feature on the website, email, social media, whatever works best for you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.